Back here again with head coach Clint Mylymok. Coach, what a weekend. Great weekend for you guys. Big 4 points in the divisional side of things.
Yeah, I mean, we talk all the time. This is a really hard league to win back to back, whether it's home or the road, and New Jersey especially plays well at home. And found a way the first game and the second game. I thought we were a bit better and kind of played our game. And first one we survived, and second one I thought we had our legs and had the goaltending obviously both nights, but. Yeah, it's always fun to win on the road.
What do you tell the team when you get down that quick, especially in game one after that, like less than a minute in?
Not much. Just kind of stare at the guys on the ice as they get to the bench and tell them to stay in the middle of the bench for a bit until you figure out how you want to get back. But I mean, the guys that were on the ice, the guys like Shane Cool, I mean, he comes right back and scores. They got the message, obviously, and came right back on the ice, and Shank scored right away. So there's not too much. It's too early in the year to hit panic buttons. But from the goalie on now, like we want things to be better. Right. Make a stop or on with the players on the ice, like come on, like get the thing in. But this growing pains and things you go through early, and kind of like we talked about last week was how we start and how we end is kind of trending the same way. But in the end, like we get the wins, and that's the important part.
You talk about Adam Shankula responding to that. That's got to help for you, for veteran leadership to come back and lead by example that way.
Yeah, he always will. I mean, he's a gamer. I mean, he shows up every practice, every game. He's like another coach on the bench. He's a fantastic leader, and but competitive. He was obviously they're not happy about being scored on, and then they know like don't. The thing about him I like and he doesn't change his game to try and get it back and cheat. He's like, play the right way, it'll come. And we tell guys all the time, do the right things, show some will first. Your skill will pop up just when it has to. And he's like kind of the epitome of that guy that just does things the right way. And when he can cash in, he does.
One of the newer guys coming in, Jeremy Tremblay, has been, stellar on the offensive side of things. Have him be able to work his way into the offense that well, that quickly, it's got to be great for you and the coaches, especially putting him in different situations as well, having the trust in him to play both sides of the special teams.
Yeah, well, he's 20 years old, and I think if you're 20 years old, you should play everywhere. You should be PK, you should be wing, you should be center, you should be power play. He's a very very heavy skill player, so he can go to the hard areas, and he's got puck intensity, shot intensity. I mean, he puts pucks through the net. He doesn't just tap them in. And he loves to score. And he plays that way and does it in practice. So having him in the lineup is always a bonus for us, and we're very happy with picking him up in the draft.
How do you like your special teams so far? A couple shorthanded goals this year. Power play's been okay. What do you think so far? 12 games in.
Yeah, I mean, you answered it. It's kind of the way it is. It's power plays up and down, but that's also chemistry. Like we try and keep the same group together as long as we can. As long as there's we see it in practice where my goal for our players is to police themselves and have ownership. So it's not just the coaches saying, "Hey, do this, and this," and these rotations. It's like, "Hey guys, like this is your power play." So when you go on the ice, are you just waiting to do a drill, or are you before practice and early in the week having your own meetings and talking about your breakouts, your little set plays and stunts, little rotations you have? Because I could do it all day and I got a million of them, but what does it matter if I just talk to them for an hour? And for them, it's just up to them. And if they don't do it, then it's simple. We don't see changes in practice, or we don't have those wow moments on the bench, like, holy, that was a nice try. Whether they succeed or not, I want to see, and our coaches want to see that they're putting the effort in. And you'll find more often than not, when you have a plan, you have some skill, and you compete like they do, they can have success. So the power play is a work in progress. PK is fine. There's still a lot of things to work on, but our goalies seem to bail us out a lot.
Another road trip this weekend up to Maine. What do you want to see out of this team right now, especially for road starts?
I mean, not really going to change much. All the new players, when they get to this league, I think it's really important they learn what the rinks are like. Like, you go to Maine, it's dark. You can shoot from anywhere, and the goalies can't find it. So high flips, bounce pucks in, how the boards bounce. The D, if you don't have a shot to the net, you put it off the back wall. I mean, that's what they do. And so learning, like, what kind of rink we're in, the environment, it's good for them to get through it. And you try and tell them, but I think they have to learn stuff on their own a bit. But getting on a bus, making that trip, learning how to play, in different environments. You need one run through it to figure out what you're facing and what the expectations are from your opponents. And we're just trying to teach them as much as we can through that, but we're also really focused on ourselves and just trying to keep building our game and evolving as a team, and in all three zones just get better and better. And the one thing we do have is enthusiasm. We do compete, and I thought if we can bring the third period into our game a lot, which was our D could step up a ton in the neutral zone and be aggressive because our fours are always there. So when you have that combination, it's pretty hard to score.
Head coach Clint Mylymok, thank you.
Thank you.